He was using the right word. Here's verbatim what Jim Staley said. Here's the source as well. Believing in Yahweh is doing what He said. And I'm going to suggest that over the last 2,000 years, we've, notice the word, divorced the white fire from the black fire. Or, should I say, the black fire, the written word, the instruction manual. We've kind of thrown away the map to be led by the Spirit. And that's like taking all the words off of the page off, and now we have what? A blank page. Jim Staley Podcast, Romans Part 1, beginning at 37 minutes, 10 seconds. Go listen to him yourself. This is what he said. He's talking about divorcing, because their marriage is a sacred marriage, hieros gamos. Because when the two come together, that's when the glory is released. That's sick. The white fire is the blank page. That's the female. The black fire is the masculine. That's the male. And they're joined together. They're coupling. They're fornicating. She's doing what harlots do to men. And he says, we've divorced them. We've separated them. Oh, that's terrible. And how can we be led by the Spirit if we divorce these two? It's a different spirit. Okay? It's a different spirit. Here is a website that deals primarily with teachings on the Kabbalah and Hebrew Jewish mysticism. On the simplest level, black fire refers to the letters of Torah, the actual words which are written in the scroll. The white refers to the spaces between the letters. Together, the black letters and the white spaces between them constitute the whole of the Torah. You get it so far. The Yahweh and the Shekinah. Okay? On yet another level, the black letters represent thoughts which are intellectual in nature. See? The black letters are intellectual. Stop right here. Yeah. The man. The male, Yahweh. The white spaces, on the other hand, represent that which goes beyond the world of intellect. The black letters are limited, limiting, and fixed. The white spaces catapult us into the realm of the limitless and the ever-changing, ever-growing. They are the story, the song, the silence. Sometimes I wonder which speaks more powerfully, the black, rationalistic letters or the white, mystical spaces between them. Here's another one. What are these black on white fires? Black ink on white parchment. When we think about a Torah scroll, we usually only consider the letters themselves written in black ink. Yet, the Talmud, that's not the Bible, rules that every letter in a Torah scroll must be completely surrounded by parchment. This requirement is called mukaf gebel. In other words, the white parchment around the letters is an integral part of the Torah. Without it, the Torah scroll is disqualified. In fact, the white space is a higher form of Torah. It is analogous to the white fire of Sinai, a sublime, which means hidden, secret, subliminal, hidden Torah that cannot be read in the usual manner. There is a delicate balance between black and white in the Torah. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm going to say this with as much emphasis as I possibly can. Those of you who are thinking of following after the Hebrew roots, you have been deceived. You have been lied to. Because what is their teaching? To get you back under the Torah, the Torah, the Torah. They all say the same thing. The Torah is the instruction manual. The Torah is the instruction manual. Now Jim Staley, whether he realizes it or not, pulled in elements of the Kabbalah, which is what they're telling you. They actually don't want you to fall under the rules of the black letters. They want you to fall under what is superior to the rules of the black letters. The white empty parchment that cannot be read. It is sublime. They actually want to put you under the hidden Torah. I'm trying to help. Here's another one. This is where he gets it. In the Zohar. Stop right here. What is the Zohar? Zohar is a collection of writings that actually just, it's like the Bible of Kabbalah. That's what it is. It's the guidebook of Kabbalah. It's like somewhere around the 1500s or something like that. It's all this Jewish mysticism that the Jews had before Christ. Before Christ. They were hiding in secret. They were around in the time of Christ. They were around in the time of Paul, and Paul called them witches. Because those witches were moving into the church in Galatia, and they were trying to get people back under the Torah. Why? Because they knew the mystical meaning behind it. They knew the spirit behind it. Not the same spirit. Jim Staley, Michael Rood, Monte Judah, countless others. They don't have the same Jesus. They don't have the same spirit. So they're not going to have the same gospel. When they use words like saved and salvation and gospel, they don't mean the same thing that this does. They don't mean it. Don't fall for it. In the Zohar, we find a statement that the Torah was written with black fire upon white fire. One explanation of black fire and white fire is that black fire denotes divine mercy, while white fire is divine justice. The Maharsha explains that to appreciate God, one must recognize the fact that both mercy and judgment are divine attributes. Interestingly, the concept of colored fire recurs in Midrashic literature. According to the Midrash, God showed Moshe, who is Moses, the menorah made out of white, green, red, and black fire. And then another one. The Zohar HaKodesh, the Holy Zohar, alludes to this unique reality when it says that the Torah was written with black fire upon white fire. The white fire being the light of Chesed and the black fire being the light of Gevurah. And what he's talking about here, I should leave this out, is Chesed and Gevurah. These are the two columns here that must copulate together to bring about this God here. The one who's buried, hidden, secret. You don't know about it. But they have to get the both together, fuse them together, so the Antichrist can come. It's another Jesus. I'm telling you, it's another Jesus. Now, and it's another gospel. It's another spirit. Romans chapter 8, verse 15. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but you have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. And I want to explain what that means. And you Hebrew roots people, you can just call me whatever names you're going to call me. In fact, you can call me on the phone. I'm not going to talk to you. Because I'm telling you, and no. This Bible is telling you. It's just like Paul in Galatians. There was two sons born to Abraham. One was under Hagar. Abraham actually committed adultery with her, slept with another woman, and he has Ishmael. She's a bondwoman. She's a slave. And Paul specifically said, those who were born under Mount Sinai, in other words, they have received the law, the Torah, they're in bondage. And Paul said, for ye have not received the Spirit. Notice it's the Spirit. Spirit of bondage. Again to fear, but you have received the Spirit of adoption. You know what that means? You were not a son. Now you can be a son of God. For what reason? It's just like a man and woman going into an adoption agency, an orphan's hall, and just see that one child above all the others. And they don't have the background, they don't have the paperwork, but they look at that child and they say, that's him, that's her right there. That's who we love. And they take this little girl, this little boy into their home, and they raise them just like they were their own child. And give them everything. And when they die, the adopted child gets the inheritance. That's the spirit that I have. Because for no reason in the world, other than God looked at me and He said, I love that boy. He adopted me. He gave me a spirit of adoption. He is my Abba, my Father. And I love Him. I'm not going back to the spirit of bondage. Now I'm going to insist that you don't either. It's a different Spirit. It's not the same one. They're lying to you. And if you're confused in your mind, all you have to do is read the unaltered book. The unchanged words. The words of the mouth of God. That's all you have to do. Then you'll get it. You'll understand that these guys aren't telling you the truth. They have a spirit of bondage. And see, God talks about in the Old Testament, He refers to them a snare and a net and a trap. And any animal that knowingly puts his foot into a trap, well, he needs to be taken out of the bloodline anyway. But see, a trap and a net, they're always concealed. They're always hidden. And you're about to put your foot in something that you don't even know that there's danger there. Well, I'm telling you, I've got you by the arm, and I'm saying, look, see that? It's a trap. Don't go over there. Don't step in that. I don't see anything. I don't see that. My teacher told me to just go in that direction. I think you're just jealous of me. You walk into the trap. Spirit of adoption or a spirit of bondage. 2 Corinthians 3:17. Now the Lord is that Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Just like in the Jubilee year, there was liberty, freedom. You're not in bondage anymore. You're not a slave anymore. God, that Spirit of God, the real Spirit, will give you that freedom to serve Him. That's all I'm asking you to do, is go to the unaltered book and read it and ask God. God, Hoggard says this, but I've been watching Michael Rood. Boy, he's got good stuff. I mean, he's like talking about feast days and all. I mean, he's talking, oh wow, and the beard, and just. That's all I'm asking you to do. Shut me off. Shut them off. Get the unaltered book out and read it. Read Galatians. Okay? It's Pastor Mike. I love you. I'm telling you the truth according to this book. Will you believe it or not? Will you receive the real Spirit of God? He'll set you free. Make you free. Okay? Next time, getting in. If you don't think this was heavy, we're getting into heavy stuff next week. Another gospel. My soul is grieved already over this one. But I want to be able to present to you the real gospel. That was so simple. Believe. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.